If you've ever gotten a whiff of a Christmas wreath, you know what I'm talking about. By the way, I heard that cough, Sam. Sam Cantrell, he goes over the weather even when he's under the weather. What else can you say about a guy like this? But I'm with Don Lucas, firefighter from the old Saybrook Fire Department, and you guys are taking part in an annual event called Wreaths Across America. Thank you for bringing in this wonderful aroma, but also, can you tell us what Wreaths Across America is all about?
The Worcester Wreath Company up in Harrington, Maine, in 1992, they found themselves with a surplus of 5,000 wreaths just before Christmas time. And Mr. Worcester, Morrill Worcester, was wondering what he could do with those wreaths. So when he was a child, he had won a contest to get a tour down to Washington, D.C. And while he was there, he toured Arlington Cemetery, and he was really impressed with the grandeur of the and the solemnity of the situation there.
It's quite a place.
He had made a couple of phone calls, made arrangements, and brought those wreaths down and got approval to place those 5,000 wreaths on the graves, on some of the graves in Arlington. And that started his annual trek. He has done this every year since 1992. Last year they placed between Arlington and military cemeteries across the country, they placed 406,000 wreaths.
Wow.
Yeah.
A darn sight more than the 5,000 in 1992.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yep.
How long has the department in Old Saybrook been helping with this?
We found out about them really in 2007. There is an iconic picture of the Wreaths Across America, the wreaths on the graves in Arlington right after a snowfall. And that hit the media and exploded. And that year they happened to decide their theme is to remember, honor, and teach the younger generations about the sacrifices made by the veterans. So they decided that they would come down Route 1 from Harrington, Maine, all the way down to Arlington. Instead of going down 95 and going down in a couple of days, they would take a week-long convoy and stop and hit as many schools as possible to get this message out.
What a great idea to do that, because obviously not everybody can get to Arlington. I think for those who do get there, of any age, just visually you learn a lot just by what you're taking in, just by the endless sea of graves there, and knowing that all of these people are veterans of this country, and that's not even by any means the only military cemetery in the United States. So this was a week-long. Is it still a week-long procession, or
they're leaving today?
Today.
They're leaving Harrington, Maine today, and they're going to travel down through. They're going through Maine, New Hampshire, through Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, down to Maryland, Delaware, and end up in Arlington. They have a small satellite convoy that will be coming down through Connecticut. It'll be coming into Connecticut on Tuesday morning. It'll go to Cromwell, Cheshire, end up in Saybrook for the night. They'll overnight in Saybrook.
That's Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Okay. Wednesday they go to East Lyme, Flanders School, and Norwich, and go to the Coast Guard Academy. And then Wednesday afternoon they depart Connecticut and continue down. That one truck with the Patriot Guard riders, they escort the convoy all the time also. So that group will rejoin the convoy and continue down to Arlington.
Outstanding, and I think we just saw some pictures of that convoy from one of the more recent years. So for people who might want to in some way donate or do anything to contribute to the cause, or just to watch as the convoy goes by, what would they need to know to do that?
Go on the Wreaths Across America website, and that's all Wreaths Across America.
All one word.
All one word,
yeah.
.org. And you can follow the route of the convoy. It'll give you the itinerary of the route. They'll also explain where they are and how far they're going. And it's an interesting phenomenon this year. I was just talking to the Worcesters a couple weeks ago, and they were in Milford rather. And the number of wreaths at Arlington is actually going down this year because the total number of wreaths are up.
Is going up.
But the wreaths at Arlington are going down because they have all these satellite cemeteries now. And the word has got out, which is what they want to do. You know, a veteran in Wisconsin is no more important than a veteran in Connecticut or a veteran in D.C.
They've all served.
Wherever they have been buried.
That's right.
So there are these satellite cemeteries, these military cemeteries that are now getting wreaths all across the country and the United States territories, into Europe, like Normandy. There'll be wreaths placed over there, and there'll be ceremonies at sea where they'll toss a wreath into the sea for those lost at the sea.
Outstanding.